Have you ever secretly thought that as long as someone is chanting any sacred name at the bedside of the dying, it should all be the same, and that details like which Buddha name is used or how people chant cannot really matter that much at the edge of life? Have you ever wondered whether changing the Buddha name, switching melodies, or adding a bit of variety during end-of-life chanting might actually make it more powerful, more moving, or more special for the one who is about to leave this world? Welcome back to the channel. I'm really glad you are here with me today, because what we are going to talk about touches one of the most tender, sacred, and easily misunderstood moments in a human life, the final moment before death. Many people think that as long as we chant something, as long as the room sounds spiritual, we have done our part. But wise teachers have been very clear about this. The last moment is not the time to experiment, but the time to show off our creativity, and not the time to casually change the Buddha name just because we feel like it. Today, I want to walk with you through a deep and honest exploration of why, at the moment of death, one stable Buddha name is more precious than 1,000 changing sounds, while one unified intention is more powerful than a chorus of contradictions, and while one careless shift in what we chant can, in some cases, really disturb the mind of the dying person and cut off blessings that they desperately need. We will talk about what assisting chanting truly is, what is happening in the mind of the dying person, why consistency matters so much in that moment, and how real compassion must guide everything we do around the final breath. Imagine for a moment that you are not the one doing the chanting, but the one lying in bed, breathing with difficulty, senses growing dim, memories flashing by like broken pieces of a movie, where body is weak, where mind is unstable, your whispers from the shadows. That moment, the voices around you are not background music, they are your final anchors to clarity. Every sound, every word, every movement can either calm you or confuse you. This is the reality we often forget when we treat bedside chanting as a performance or a place to show how many practices we know. Let us begin with a simple but serious truth. The moment of death, the mind is like a candle flame in the wind. Throughout our life, our consciousness is used to moving in certain patterns. We cling, we fear, we desire, we regret. When the body begins to shut down, these patterns do not politely step aside. They often intensify. Old grudges may suddenly rise. Deep regrets may jump to the front of the mind, and it may appear out of nowhere. This is why so many traditions emphasize the importance of preparing for death while we are still healthy. If we train our mind during life to return to a single object of trust, such as the name of a Buddha, then at the final moment, even when everything feels unstable, that name can be a rescue. But here is the more scattered our mind is in life, the more easily it will be confused in death. The more mixed our practice is while we are alive, the more easily we will be shaken at the edge of the unknown. Imagine that you, lying on that bed, have spent your whole life building a relationship with one Buddha name. Perhaps you have chanted the name of Amitabha day after day, year after year, trusting that at the moment of death, this single name will be your bridge to a pure land of light and peace. You have poured your faith into this connection, like someone carefully building a path stone by stone through a dark forest. And at your final moment, your family, out of love but also out of ignorance, gathers around you and starts chanting many different things. One person chants one Buddha name, another person chants another, someone else recites a mantra, Another decides to play a recording of a different practice they like. Perhaps they even change midway because they think, oh, this one sounds more powerful, or that one is more modern. From their point of view, they are giving you more options, more spiritual energy, more variety. From the perspective of your fragile, fading mind, they were tearing up the careful path you have built and replacing it with a confusing maze. This is why wise teachers, again and again advise at the moment of death, do not casually change the Buddha name, do not swap practices, do not try to impress anyone. Choose one clear path of chanting, one Buddha name in harmony with what the dying person trusted in life, and hold it steadily, like a lighthouse beam in the storm. To feel this more deeply, let us enter a story. There was once an elderly woman named Margaret. For over 20 years, he had quietly practiced chanting the name of Amitabha. He was not a famous practitioner. He did not talk about it much, but every morning and evening he would sit on the edge of her bed, close her eyes, and recite with a gentle heart, Namo Amitabha Buddha. In her own language, he imagined a field of golden light, a pure land where suffering was lightened and wisdom flourished. He told her children, when I am old and my time comes, please help me by chanting this name. I am not afraid of death, but I am afraid of my mind becoming confused. This name is my support. The years passed. Her children grew busy with their own lives. You respected their mother, but did not really understand her faith. One winter, Margaret's health declined rapidly. He was taken to the hospital. Machines beeped. Nurses walked in and out. Eventually, everyone understood he was approaching her final days. Her family gathered. Some relatives had recently been attending different spiritual groups. Some were interested in various modern techniques and loved to share them. One of them said, I heard that chanting this or that mantra can bring immense blessings. Another said, no, you should chant this other Buddha name. It is more powerful for this age. Someone else suggested, let us play a recording of a long scripture. The more sacred words, the better. The confusion of opinions, Margaret's simple, quiet instruction was forgotten. She lay there, her breath growing shallow. He heard a mix of sounds swirling around her. One voice chanting one thing, another voice chanting another, a recording playing something else in the background. One point, someone even changed the rhythm and melody because they thought it sounded nicer. If you had walked into the room, you might have thought, how spiritual, how impressive, so many practices happening at once. But inside Margaret's fading awareness, things did not feel impressive at all. Her mind, weak and easily shaken, searched for the familiar anchor he had relied on for decades. He tried to catch the sound of the Buddha name he knew, but like a radio surrounded by interference, the signal was broken by other noises. Her heart became anxious. What is happening? Where is my familiar support? Near confusion, her mind drifted back to old memories instead, to childhood worries, to unfinished tasks, to pains he thought he had let go of. Her last moments were not as peaceful as they might have been. I contrast this with another story. A different town, an old man named Thomas had also spent many years in dedicated practice. He was devoted to one Buddha name, reciting it quietly while walking, sitting, and lying down. He told his family clearly, when I'm dying, you do not need to do anything fancy. Just chant this name with me or for me. Do not change it. Do not add other things. One name is enough. When his time came, his children remembered, informed the relatives gently. Please, our Father only wanted this one name. Let us all follow his ways. So they gathered around his bed, turned off the television, put away their phones, and created a calm space. They began to chant softly and rhythmically. There were no speeches, no debates, no experiments, just one name, like a gentle bell, again and again, filling the room. First time as his breath was rough, his eyes were half open and focused, but as the chanting continued steadily, something in his expression softened. His face, which had been tight with discomfort, slowly relaxed. At one point, tears slid down his cheeks, not of fear, but of relief. He seemed to move his lips in sync with the chant. Those present felt the atmosphere in the room shift. It became still, almost luminous. When he finally stopped breathing, the chant did not abruptly end. It continued quietly for a while, like a boat gliding a little further even after the paddles have stopped moving. Later, his children said, "That was the most peaceful passing we have ever witnessed. It felt like he was being carried." What was the difference between these two scenes? At the amount of love. Both families loved their elders. At the number of spiritual techniques, if anything, the first family used more. The difference was in understanding. The first family, out of good intention but lack of clarity, turned the final moment into a noisy spiritual marketplace. The second family, guided by wisdom, turned it into a simple, focused offering of a single Buddha name. This is the heart of today's reflection. Sisting chanting is not a stage performance. It is the most sacred form of accompaniment. The Buddha name is not a slogan. It is a bridge to liberation. The sound is not decoration. It is a lifeline for the dying consciousness. In the final moment, the mind of the dying person is extremely sensitive. One wrong word, one careless confusion, one sudden change can ripple through their inner world with disproportionate strength. This is why teachers warn that casually changing the Buddha name during end-of-life chanting is not a harmless choice. It can genuinely disturb the path of the dying person, especially if they were attached to a particular practice in life. At this point, you might be wondering, does this mean that if someone chanted different names at my loved one's bedside, their entire rebirth opportunity is ruined? It is important not to fall into extreme fear. Compassionate wisdom always emphasizes intention. If the people chanting truly had the sincere wish to help, and the dying person had deep faith and got roots, blessings still rise. The universe is not so rigid that one mistake cancels everything. However, the fact that compassion can cover our ignorance does not give us permission to stay ignorant. If we can understand and do better, we should. If we now know that clarity and consistency are kinder than confusion, it is our responsibility to adjust our actions. So, what exactly should we keep in mind when we are present at someone's final moment? First, we must remember whose moment this is. It is not our moment to show how spiritual we are. It is not our moment to test out new practices. The focus is the dying person. You must ask, what did they trust? What did they practice? What brings them peace? If they clearly had a main practice, we should honor that. If they spent their life reciting one Buddha name, we should use that name. If they never practiced anything, we might choose a well-established, simple Buddha name or sacred phrase and stay with it without jumping around. Second, we must unify. If 10 people are in the room, each chanting something different, the space becomes chaotic. It is much better for everyone to chant the same name in the same rhythm. This unification creates a strong field, a stable sound current that the dying mind can lean into. Think of it like a group of people trying to guide a boat across a river. If each person rows in a different direction, the boat spins in circles. If everyone rows together in the same direction, the boat moves smoothly forward. Third, we must be gentle and steady. Parse chanting may feel strange to the chanters, but to the dying person, it can be overwhelming, even frightening. The sound should be clear but not aggressive, steady but not rushed. You are not trying to wake someone from sleep. You are accompanying them from this shore to another. Our voice should be like a firm, kind hand holding theirs. Fourth, we must watch our own mind. If we are full of grief, anger, or panic, those vibrations also affect the atmosphere. It is natural to feel sad, but in the actual chanting, we should try to calm ourselves. We are there not only as family members, but as spiritual companions. This is where our own practice matters. If we have never trained our mind, it is hard to remain stable at such a moment. But if we have spent years reciting, meditating, and reflecting, we will have more inner strength to offer. You might now ask, what if someone suggests changing the Buddha name halfway through because they believe another is more powerful? This is where wisdom and kindness must come together. Changing the name midway is like changing the destination of a plane after it has already taken off and is heading in a clear direction. It confuses the pilot. If you have already begun with one clear Buddha name, especially one aligned with the dying person's own practice, it is usually best to continue with that until the end. Someone insists that another name is superior, you can gently explain, all awakened beings are expressions of the same ultimate wisdom and compassion. There is no need to switch. The most powerful thing now is stability. Let us honor this single name together. Behind this entire teaching lays a profound respect for cause and effect. We spend our whole lives planting seeds in our mind stream. If we plant seeds of devotion toward a particular Buddha, of trust in a particular path, those seeds are especially easy to ripen when our usual defenses drop at the moment of death. Assisting chanting is like watering those seeds at the most crucial moment. If we water them with the right water at the right time, they sprout as a clear thought, a final sincere remembrance, the last turning of the heart toward awakening. That one thought can tilt the entire direction of consciousness after it leaves the body. But if we pour different kinds of water, switch liquids halfway, or even add sand into the cup out of ignorance, the seed may not sprout as strongly. This is why some teachers say that the last thought is like the dominant color that appears on the screen right as the projector switches off. It does not erase all previous scenes, but it sets the tone for what comes next. At the same time, we must remember that the last thought is not created only in the last minute. It is prepared by the overall tendency of the mind throughout life. Someone has never practiced, rarely thought of anything beyond their own desires, and lived in constant negativity, it is harder for their last thought to suddenly turn bright. Someone has spent years returning their mind again and again to a Buddha name, to compassion, to wisdom. Then even if the final moment is chaotic, the power of those accumulated habits can still shine through. This is why, in the end, the best way to prepare for assisting chanting is to practice ourselves now. Do you want your own final moment to be clear and peaceful? Start today. Use a Buddha name or sacred phrase that resonates with your heart. Chant it with sincerity when you wake up, when you rest, when you feel lost. Develop a friendship with it. Let it become your refuge, your reminder, your compass. Tell your family kindly, when my time comes, please help me with this practice. You do not need to make it complicated. One name is enough. Teach them gently, not with fear but with love, what you are learning now, that the mind at death is fragile and that one stable, trusted sound can make all the difference. Also, learn how to accompany others. You may not be a trained spiritual guide. That is okay. You can still be a calm presence. If a friend is dying and asks for help, ask them, is there a particular Buddha name or practice you love? If they say yes, follow that. If they are not sure, you might offer a simple, well-known Buddha name and invite them to join if they can. Make sure the room is as calm as possible. Relatives to avoid unnecessary talking, crying out loud, or arguing. Give priority to the sound of chanting. Remember that even after the breath stops, many traditions advise continuing the chanting for some time. The consciousness does not always leave instantly. The lingering sound can still be a bridge. In all of this, the spirit is not rigid superstition. It is compassionate practicality. We are not worshipping sound for its own sake. We are using sound as a skillful means to support a mind crossing the most mysterious threshold of this life. If you make mistakes, do not punish yourself. Use them as lessons. If you have already been present at a death where things were chaotic and you now realize what could have been done better, offer a sincere thought, may this person still receive all possible blessings. May my ignorance be transformed into wisdom. From now on, I will accompany others with more clarity. The universe responds deeply to sincerity. Now, let us turn inward for a moment. Imagine your own final moment. Not to scare yourself, but to become honest. The room is quiet, your breathing is slow, the edges of the world are blurring. What would you want to hear? A crowd of voices, each chanting something different, each trying to prove their practice is best. Or a small group of loving hearts, unified in one simple name, chanting gently, steadily, like a boatman calling you toward the shore of light. Most of us, if we are honest, would choose the second. So let us give to others what we wish for ourselves. Let us remember that end-of-life chanting is not about us, not about variety, not about strong energy. It is about stability, focus, and deep respect for the fragile journey of a soul leaving its body. If you have watched loved ones die, you know how helpless we can feel. We cannot fix everything. We cannot trade places with them. We cannot stop their body from letting go. But we can protect their mind. With every clear repetition of a trusted Buddha name, we are placing a soft cushion under their consciousness. We are saying, you are not falling into emptiness. There is light. There is guidance, there is a path. And as we do that for others, we are also secretly training our own heart to face that moment without panic, with more trust and less clinging. Our cultures teach us many things about success, achievement, status, and pleasure, but they rarely teach us how to die. Spiritual practice, especially when it comes to something as simple and profound as assisting chanting, is one of the ways we reclaim that forgotten education. So today, As you finish listening, I invite you to carry a few simple commitments in your heart. First, I will not treat end-of-life chanting as a performance. Second, I will not casually change the Buddha name or mix many practices at the final moment, especially if the dying person had a clear main practice. Third, I will begin now to build a relationship with a Buddha name or sacred phrase so that I am not a stranger to it when my own time comes. Fourth, I will share gently with my family what I am learning so that when they are by my side or by someone else's side, they can act with wisdom, not just emotion. And finally, I will remember that one sincere, steady sound of awakening is worth far more than 1,000 scattered efforts. Thank you for walking through this reflection with me. If you have ever been present at a loved one's final moment and you feel comfortable sharing, I invite you to write in the comments what you experienced. Did chantings help? Did confusion arise? What would you do the same or differently next time? Your story can be a real teaching for others who have not yet faced that moment. If this content supported you, please remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with friends or family members who may someday be in a position to accompany someone at the end of life. The more people understand the importance of a single stable Buddha name at that moment, the more peace we can bring to those who are crossing over. If you feel called to go deeper, you are warmly invited to join the channel membership, where we explore longer teachings, guided practices, and community conversations about how to live and die with more wisdom, compassion, and courage. May all beings find peace at the moment of death. May all who chant at the bedside do so with clarity and love. And may we each, when our own time comes, be met not by confusion and nice, but by a clear, steady call toward light. At the end of the day, we all need something that brings us back to ourselves. Something that reminds us to slow down, breathe, and stay centered. Simple bracelet can do exactly that. Every bead you touch brings your mind back to calm, back to clarity, back to the present moment. If one of the bracelets you just saw resonates with you, you can find the purchase link in the video description and explore more beautiful styles in our channel store. Let the one meant for you find its way to your wrist.